Ah, yes. It's that time. It's that time again. Distorted Reality Podcast. We're Distorted Nation Radio. Beats Reality Check TV. With your hosts, C-Core from Distorted Nation Radio and hellrzzr from Reality Check TV. With your Kevlar-coated comments, it's time to distort your reality.
All right, and we're here. This is episode 18, and got special guests today. We have Alan and we have MJ here from the Sacramento Artist Coalition, SAC. Yeah. Boom.
Coalition.
You know what? I have a hard time with that word. And you know what? Here's the deal, guys. We're going to still keep it shell way, but the words sometimes, collation. Collation?
It's like, so that's kind of like a copier, when you're collating,
so you're collating
paper,
something?
You're collating something. So I'm picturing like running off some copies.
Yes. Okay. For the people that are small-minded like me, tell me. Okay. Tell me.
So
okay.
Coalition is more like an organization.
It's an organization.
So once the papers come off and they're all together, then it's a coalition.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a deliberate tongue twister, which is why we're okay with SAC. And of course, being in Sacramento, you can just call it SAC. That's how it's done.
I love it. I love it. Okay, guys, you know what? This is really cool that you're on Distorted Reality Podcast, and I really am honored that you're partnering with Reality Check TV, Sacramento, NorCal. We switched it up as well because once we moved up here to Marysville, we had, we wanted to say NorCal versus just limiting it to Sacramento. And I know that you're going to take artists. Are your artists, before we get into the mission statement and everything, can they come from other plales? Or they just have to be Sacramento born? I know you want to highlight the region.
Mostly the region.
Okay, the 916.
Yeah, because when we get into it, I can tell you kind of the story of why, how we got here.
All right, but you want to keep them in the 916, but
ish. Yeah.
916-ish, and you want their bands to primarily. You want to highlight these people here, right?
Primarily, but it's not. But this is not. Again, this is more
like if
about,
they came from Lodi, you wouldn't be like, no Lodi people, right? Because you're not Sacramento.
Have you been to Lodi?
I have. You've been lost in Lodi. You've heard the song, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think it's like fishing, right? You know where the good holes are. So you want to go where the talent is.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
That's right.
So,
I'm just kidding. No, Lodi, yeah, of course.
Of course.
So I guess it's kind of NorCal, but I don't know. I think the Bay Area, we kind of want to keep it.
The Bay Area is the Bay Area,
I think
okay?
A little bit.
And we want to keep the vibe of Sacramento.
But I have a
area.
story about that too when we get into it.
So let's get into it. We talked about it. We kind of did like a pre-interview, and I wanted to get the feel for it. And you guys I just want to say I'm really impressed. I'm impressed with the fact that your passion. I know that you guys come from different areas, and I know that you've moved into this area, and you're just coming to. Boom, and I love it, and I'm hoping that you are attractive to the people that are wanting to be highlighted, and I think that it's a need. Our community
you want to make sure
really
I'm
needs
attractive to the people.
Attractive to the people that are, coming into this to be highlighted. Absolutely,
That's what you meant?
You are
That's
attractive.
what I
heard. You heard that, Alan?
Well, I wore my red shirt to be actually,
we did.
more attractive than usual if possible.
So, when you talk about a mission statement, you came up with your history. Tell us a brief history of why you came up with the SAC logo.
Well, it wasn't just a logo. It's actually a complete mission. But I would say this. When I first landed here from Southern California, and I wanted to put a band together.
Yeah.
I ran an ad on Craigslist. That's what you do.
Because that's old school.
Yeah, you got to. It's like, you got to start here. And then
Did Alan say?
I got more advanced as it went.
As far as Craig. I remember Craig.
You remember
a list.
Craig?
Yeah.
Back
in the day.
We actually knew Craig.
We did.
Yeah,
Craig.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So no.
Always around with a notepad.
But the funny thing is, this guy, like in the first week, Andrew, he's from Southern California too, though. Okay. That's what we used to do in SoCal. We ran ads on Craigslist. Yeah. So I don't know. He hit me up
under the music section. What was the section on Craigslist?
I was looking for I
wasn't looking for love.
I think my ad was the next power trio is about to happen.
Okay.
Call me.
Wow, that could have been a porn movie, though. I'm sorry.
It was. No. It's a marketing position. You got to come up with things that like make you stand out. So anyway,
Paths of life.
Yeah. So he hit me up, and we met at the Moss Tacos, and I was like, "Well, you seem like a good guy. We should come back to the house and like audition, for the Power Trio."
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So he comes, but
he wasn't afraid. He was like, "I'm there." What's your
totally
address?
down.
DM.
Have you met him? He's awesome. So he shows up, and he's like, "What? Do you have a left-handed bass?" I was like, "What the fuck? I don't have a left-handed bass."
No, I mean, he does.
He's like, "I'm a left-handed bass player." I was like, "Well, I have a right one." He's like, "All right, fine, let's do the audition." He flipped it upside down, did the audition.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Wow, that's impressive. He knew. He's like, because he's used to it. Not everyone has a left.
He was great. So I was like, dude, that's it. And then it took us 7 months to find Christian.
Okay.
And that is where I learned a lot about the scene.
Okay.
Where is my 7-month journey of finding Christian Scott, our drummer. Because he is the drummer that I knew he needed, because I was like, I didn't even know I was going to get a bass player this good, to be honest. But I did.
So just to understand what you're saying is, as far as the how this all was developed, it was through your band, and then it kind of branched off.
So
right?
So I learned a lot about the scene and a lot about how the musicians think here, and a lot of musicians, the way they think is if I'm going to do a gig, I have to cover 3 or 4 hours. Okay. And so there's a lot of cover bands here. There's a lot of tribute bands here. There's a lot of things that an original artist,
good and not so.
An original artist can't really do, because they have to, if they really want to make a living or make any money at it at all, then they're going to have to either do covers or whatever.
Right, there's some places that just do covers. You're like, don't you want my original music? No, I actually just want your AC/DC
Some people, they
tribute.
only say 2 songs. So I'm like, all right, so how can we really empower the local scene to do more original music? Because where I'm from in Southern California, it's almost, covers are like kind of cheesy.
Right.
So you do mostly originals, and people go out for that because it's art.
Right.
So I was like, we need to create this sense of art here in Sacramento, and I really wanted that. And I was like, so when we got together, we're like, let's just do it. Why not?
Yeah.
So SAC was kind of born from that. And our mission is 4-fold, but I don't know if you're ready for that part of it yet. So.
I actually am. We're just going to roll on into, because we're, this particular type of thing is we're going to get right to the business. If you know anything about my style, I try to get the business out of the way before I get drunk. And so while you're talking about the next thing, I'm still going to keep this real, right? Because this is my podcast,
and that's reality.
And
folks.
that's reality. And so I'm just going to fill this glass of wine here. Are you ready for wine yet, MJ? Just to pour your glass.
Salute. There we go.
I'm just going to pour it even if you're not ready.
Oh, that's mine?
Yeah, that's your glass. I got your
Hey, MJ, do you think, I kind of have this theory that...
There's a guy over here, by the way, if everyone doesn't know.
That's Kevin.
That's
Kevlar.
It's a little bit...
There's a mystery voice.
Do you think that it's a little bit hard to find a drummer because, like, parents are quick to maybe buy their kid a guitar or a bass or something, or maybe a keyboard, right? But no one wants to hear their kids who don't know how to play music beating on drums, and with the guitar, you can plug headphones into your amp or use a Rockman or something like that, right? Do you think maybe that has something to do with it kind of being hard to find a drummer?
So I have a story about that. I started out as a drummer. Can I do a 30-second story?
Absolutely. This is your podcast.
Me starting out as a musician, I started out as a drummer. I moved in with my father, who I didn't know at 19 years old, who I didn't know for an entire decade.
We're going to add that to another podcast, because I know really want to break that one down. Go on.
When I moved in with him after 10 years of not knowing him, I played drums 4 hours a day, and he said one thing to me. He said, "You cannot play drums that long because I will not be able to stay in my house." But he was a prodigy guitar player endorsed by Fender back in the 60s. And he said this one thing to me, and it stuck to me, and this is what happened. He said, "You can play guitar as long as you want. You can only play drums 10 minutes a day. What do you want to do?" I became a guitar player, and he still regretted it.
Man, that's a really good story.
Because then I was playing 4 hours a day.
See, now I'm glad I asked that question.
That's a really good...
No, there's a good follow-up story, if I may interject.
Absolutely.
So it speaks to the Sacramento scene a little bit, and how artists are presenting themselves and perceived. So it took you several months, right, MJ, to find a drummer.
Yep.
I remember you telling me one story.
7.
7 months.
Oh.
I remember you telling me
Oh.
one story about
I
a
got
drummer.
tons of stories.
Yeah,
about trying to find
about
a
the drummer that wouldn't audition. Can you quickly kind of recap?
Oh,
He
you mean
wouldn't?
the drummer?
The drummer.
So the
That's
drummer.
my favorite musician story
Because his
ever.
name was enough. He didn't need to.
He was the drummer.
The drummer.
So the drummer with his whole video and everything else from Ukraine. I was like, well, that's timingly good. I was like, we're in war. Like, hey, I'll take a Ukraine.
All right, let's get
That'll
this
help.
Ukraine.
So
person.
anyway, so I meet with him at Fox and Goose. I did an open mic there. He was like,
Nice.
cool. Took him back to the house like I always do. How else do you audition for a power trio? And
MJ's always taking you back to his house, but okay.
And it's always the power trio line too.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm a little interested in the whole power trio theory too.
hey, we're gonna get there.
That is a different podcast.
Hey, I'm an onion. I'm pulling layers. Give me
All
a
right,
second.
let's
here.
All right, so the drummer.
So I offer him back to the house, and I'm like, all right, cool. Let's hear something. Let's play. Because the last bass player flipped it upside down and played. Dude wouldn't play. I was
No?
like, what? Like, what? So I even got my
he's
Jimbo.
the drummer.
So I had it. He's the drummer.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm like,
well, how dare you?
dude, you're the drummer, so be the drummer. So I even got my djembe out, and I was like, come on, I'll go with you. I'll go 4 on the floor. Let's just we'll do a whole Indian tribe beat thing. I got you. Let's
do
go.
it.
He was like, I can't do it. So I'm like, dude, you're in my house right now. If you don't play drums as the drummer, this audition is done.
This is done.
So
It's not an audition.
and so he
He left.
and I was like,
Did he even sit behind the drum set?
of course, I
he
had him
did.
sitting with sticks
He
in
was
his
sitting
hand.
there with
Should have
sticks.
took a
And he
photo.
was so, he was
Did you
so
at least
nervous.
get a picture?
No, I did not get a picture.
okay,
I got
you
a
know what?
video of what happened later in the power
So
trio
listen,
session. But
the drummer, I'd love to meet you. I think that maybe MJ scared you a little bit. Okay, maybe you
Hey,
just
if
need
I
a little
scared
bit
you,
of.
then-
You just need a little bit of, I don't know, reassurance, and just hit us up. We'll talk about that.
There's the power trio line that scared him away.
That's right. Okay, so segueing into this,
Yeah.
what does it mean to be part of this team of musicians? Okay, this
collation.
Collation,
This
not
collation
colla-
of
It's not a
ideas.
cult. Okay, let's
not
be
a cult.
clear.
This cultation.
Okay,
yeah.
we're gonna get it. We're gonna
Yeah,
get into.
we're gonna get it right.
We're gonna get into the fans and the stuff like that. But
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
it? What does it take to be part of this?
So
okay?
number one, you have to be a nice person.
Okay,
That is my
Amen.
first requirement.
you
because-
interview them, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And there's
Kind
a
of
vetting process.
Yeah, a vetting, right? You don't do a
Vetting
full like
process.
FBI check, like like drug test them or any of that stuff. Do you see if
I
they?
do have cups they have to pee in, but don't say anything.
Okay, just.
But
they have
anyway,
to be,
no,
They have
not
to
too much.
be. They have to be honorable.
No.
Stand up. No.
No, I don't care about what they do outside. I
Okay.
just want them to be nice.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Like that seemed to be so when I was meeting some of the musicians and everything, I was
They
like,
weren't even nice. Just in the from
Dude,
hello.
I'm telling you.
They're
like,
like mean mugging you in the interview.
I'm
Like, hi,
finding-
I'm MJ. They're
There's
like,
an
fuck
interesting
you.
synergy. There's an interesting synergy. The more talented you are, the more
Hey, that's your parent.
the more not cool you are. There's a little bit of that. So what we want
Yeah.
is really nice people who
Okay.
are also talented. That's really helpful.
Apparently that's hard.
The second thing is can you do a 45-minute set of original music?
Okay.
And that's it. Those are the two requirements.
okay.
And that will get you. So, in order to be on the stage with us at one of our showcases or shows or
You
whatever,
need to be you need to write your music.
you need to be an original artist, and
Yeah.
you need to have 45, and you need to be at least a nice person because I can't.
You
deal
know,
with
that's one of the
otherwise.
requirements for Reality Check. We donate. This is how we do it. We're for hire. Okay, and if you want to hire us, go ahead and go to Reality Check TV NorCal. But we also donate our time once a month to an artist. That's kind of our thing. And if you have anybody that you feel like should be highlighted with us, tell them to write us, okay? Because that's what we do. We give back to the community once a month for our show because we
that.
feel like it's important because you know what, it's hard. They're investing in their equipment. Sometimes they have to pay to play, and we're going to talk about that in a
Yes.
minute, okay? When we get to the donor portion of this.
I already have several artists I can think of right now that are in the development part of what we're talking about in the mission that you should totally highlight because they're going to be on the stage.
This
on
is
an
what they
SAC
need to
show
do to
eventually,
get to
so.
us. They need to write us and just tell us, just invite us out, okay, and send us their music. That's it. And when we come out to, if we choose them, to come out to film them, guess what? All you have to do while we're there with the camera in front of your eyes, just say, hey, look, check it out. Reality Check TV NorCal is filming us. I can't tell you how many people don't do that. And then guess what else you have to do? After we produce your stuff, go ahead and write us and we'll give you your footage for free, but you're going to have to call us within 2 weeks because we're not saving you on one of our 4 hard drives for like life. Some people will call us like 4 years later. Hey, you got my music, man. And we're like,
we have 12 hard drives.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, you only have 3?
I see.
How big are they?
We have a little.
You have some
we have
pretty big hard
There's
drives.
some hidden ones too.
Right.
I'm sure there is.
Right.
Is
So
it
I'm
the power trio, right? The 3?
Power trio, that's another topic. I so want you back, Alan. I really do. I mean, I just feel like you
Be
need to
happy
fill in
to.
all the blanks. So
There's a lot of blanks with the power trio.
Yeah.
But honestly, I know. Tell us. Let's just move on. Let's move
Yeah.
on to the donors. Okay. We
Well,
got
no. The
fans.
mission. So the
Wait,
mission
Are we
is.
still on the mission?
We haven't
Let's
even got
talk.
to the mission yet.
I feel like we talked about it. Go
I don't
on.
think
Tell
so.
me your mission.
So we have our
What do you
mission's
wanna do with these
fourfold.
people? Oh,
fourfold.
fourfold.
Fourfold. But
Okay.
SAC is fourfold. Sacramento
Okay.
Arts Coalition wants to do 4 things.
Okay.
One is working with venues. So
Okay.
so our mission from venues, from their perspective, is to be a Sacramento-based nonprofit agency committed to providing local venues easy access to talented local artists that are passionate about producing original music and performing arts.
Okay.
And the reason why I know this is very helpful is in mid-Christmas, right? But right before Christmas was
Yeah.
hitting, Old Ironsides had a date they could not fill. It was the Martin Luther King weekend or whatever in the mid-January, and they were like, and I was pestering the heck out of him, and he's like, you know what? Let's just give him that Saturday night.
Okay.
So we did it. We almost hit their capacity, and
Nice.
all they had to do is make one call or make one decision. Yes, SAC took over the whole night, and we just filled it. The whole night was ours, and it was fantastic.
Is there any?
We-
Did you guys document? Was there any documentation?
Oh yeah, with just full video on our site. There's video, like all of our B-reel right now is from our second.
So
showcase,
right now we're gonna post up. We're gonna do a little thing for your. Sorry, guys. Your website right now, SAC.
Sure, cool. Yeah,
you
it's on
see
there.
it? It's right there.
Is it? So right at the header is right that for a lot of that's from the Old Ironsides show, our second showcase, which we're going to be with your guys' help. You're going to be capturing all kinds of new footage for that. So second part of our mission is fans, providing local music lovers consistent and quality showcase concert nights that feature the very best artists in Sacramento region. So when local fans can see SAC presents, they know they're not going to be going to a crap show. It's going to be good no matter what.
Okay.
That's important because fans need to know that for local artists, because there's a lot of local artists that may not, you don't want to roll out and spend your whole night. Well, if it's an SAC, they've been vetted, it's going to be a good show.
Okay.
Third thing is artists. Build a family of quality local artists who love and support each other. This has been probably the best part of SAC, I have to say.
Okay.
The artists that are a part of us, and right now we are a family. And I don't know how to say this right, but I'll tell you, the second showcase that we did at Old Ironsides, it felt kind of like church. There was love in the room.
Okay.
Everyone was supporting
You have
each
a
other.
spiritual experience when you're with the SAC, but I understand what you're trying to say, MJ.
What I'm saying is there's love in the room. It's not one band trying to outdo the other. It's not the headliner trying to get their money and forcing you to buy tickets and all this other kind of stuff. It's literally people in the room all supporting each other, all having a good time. The fans don't leave. They stay for the other band. Because usually you go to these things, the fans all leave, they come around. That's not how it is, man. We're all there to support each other. It's really cool. The fourth,
So you have go ahead, go for it. I have
fourth
some
thing
follow-up.
is donors, people who believe in our mission of developing local original artists. And this is really huge because record labels used to offer development and management deals, but they don't do that anymore because they want you to have 1 million followers before they'll take a chance on you.
Yeah.
But SAC will come in and we'll help you with everything from recording to producing to licensing to performance direction to manage. We have a licensing deal with the LA. I have a family in the business.
Okay.
We haven't got to my story about music, but I have family. I have a music pedigree.
We're
in
gonna.
the
I think
business.
we're getting to that another time.
Yeah. No. We're not. That's not what this is about.
No.
So
So MJ, when it comes to donors, a lot of times people they want to know how they can donate, and so it's not just monetary. You'll take any kind of donation, right? You'll take from a guitar to a car, right? What kind of donations can we give you as far as?
why does that feel like a loaded question?
Well, let's say I know somebody that has
anything that I can resell,
right?
Yeah,
Or
that's
or
helpful.
do some kind of auction.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
So, will you do some kind of 50-50 auction at the event, or just a kind of a sub thing where we're going to get rid of it on the side thing?
Everything.
You're still working those details
all the
out?
Above.
Okay,
We'll
because
take
I
it
know
all the
you're
above.
you're working on your nonprofit.
No, but for example, like this is a case in point. I'm
Someone gave you a car,
freestyle thought here. I did nonprofits before when I was
like
doing
a
music.
Pinto or like a Camaro.
78 Corolla.
Hey, Pintos
Okay.
are classics.
I still got
Alright.
$1,000 for it.
AMC Gremlin.
Hey. So no, but for example, like we're gonna, like a Conscious in the Park that's coming up. We're gonna
Okay.
we're gonna have a presence there. We're gonna have a chill zone for people just to come hang out with us during Conscious in the Park.
You know, it gets really hot at concerts in the park. I'm imagining me being chill. Are you going to have some kind of like maybe some white or some water spritzers?
You
on
will
me?
be in charge of making sure it is as chill as it can possibly be.
Okay, some chill.
Can we let you be in charge of
Yeah,
chill?
I think we should have a reality check zone where you can go cool off.
Okay,
No,
so
that's gonna be it's all in one.
So if you want if you want Reality Check to be part of the chill,
Yeah.
are you sure? Because normally we're like not very clothed there. You know, we might just be crazy. So are you sure?
Ooh. Why am I
I'll
thinking?
bring
thinking
all the
something-
fun. I'll bring all the fun.
I'm thinking Power Trio.
Power Trio, right?
But anyway,
Reality
yes.
Check would love to be part of your
Power
chill
trio?
zone.
Yeah,
Okay,
cool.
absolutely. SAC.
Can I go back into donors for a second? Is
Yeah.
that okay? Because that was a topic, and I don't want to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
too
we're still
quick.
there.
So, my kids are in school. I have 4 kids.
Okay.
All of them are musicians: trumpets, violin, flute. Okay, they love it, and the school funding's just not that great for art anymore.
No,
right?
it's not.
And so, if you think about history, you think about the beginning of history. What is everything that you see on Netflix? It's the art throughout history, right? It's the Renaissance period. It's the cave drawings. It's everything. Art is the tale that we tell. It's what we leave behind, and it's the original art that we leave behind. And so, as someone that might think about at the end of the year donating to something, why would you not want to donate to the story that is our time now? This is our original time to say something. And so now's the time to put that in, right? To support local voices, local artists, local musicians, local comedians.
Yeah.
And to support that and to keep that going. Because in some places it's dying with education, but I don't know if education has ever really produced art. Art is really the anti-education, right? It's the experience, it's the expression.
They
that
haven't really
happens.
since like the 80s or 90s. I mean, early 90s, you know.
God,
it's just-
70s and 80s music are amazing. And all I feel like we're doing is we're taking some of those repeatable notes, right? We're mixing them into new music. And really a lot of the music that's popular now has the same melodies that are
remix.
back. It's a remix, right? And they're making it fresh and they're making it new. And I would love for us as a generation to say something new. That's what SAC is trying to do.
And that is what, when I talked about management and development deals,
Yeah.
labels don't do that anymore. They only
Are you going to
take
help them with like
everything.
So here's
That is where-
here's
that
an
is what
artist
we're
that's
doing.
okay. Let me just take it full circle. I'm not, but let's say I'm an artist. I am a writer. Okay, so I'm a writer, and I have all these words. And if I come to you with my words, and I don't know how to like, are you going to help me?
Yes, I want to do a complete songwriting class. And in fact, I've
Okay.
been working, like Dave Dustin, 3RM Bandit, is one of the artists that's on.
Okay.
I love his songs, but some of his delivery, I've already been working with him. And yes, absolutely. And not just me, but I want to find other talented people who can do the
I
same
have a
thing
son
I
that
have.
wrote that produced 3 albums. He was one of the. We used to have one of these things called. It was the Sammys. Have you guys heard of the Sammys in Sacramento? Okay, it used to be the Bammies in the Bay Area. It was Bay Area Music Association. It was an award show, right? And so they had the Sammys, and they usually did it at the Ace of Spades. And so for years they had people coming up and doing these things. I'll have you guys look into the Sammys, right? So your artist would hopefully be, nominated for something like that. And I think it kind of died out because of COVID.
It's
I'm not
from
sure.
the Sacramento News and Review
Yes.
magazine.
Okay. So you want to look into that. As far as those are the people that are nominating, but there was a lot of artists that had that needed some kind of like clinics, and so you guys are offering that, right? That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
That is what we want to do. We want to develop the next. We want to create
We need new
a
stuff.
scene in Sacramento that looks forward, not back.
How are you going to get the people? I'm going to play devil's advocate right now.
Please
okay.
do.
Okay. I'm in the Sacramento and I'm like, who the hell do you think you guys are coming into Sacramento from LA, thinking that you're going to create all this new stuff. We're used to our boring, stagnant life and we want to keep it here. And we don't want your new blood to kind of stir things up. But then there's all these starving artists that are like, yes, we do. And so we're going to help you. Okay. We're going to help because...
Wait, what's the question?
My question is, who do you think you are coming into our area, right?
I have
Are you an
answer.
Angel? Are you an angel? What is your answer?
My answer is one word: love.
Okay.
And I mean that in the most sincerest way. And any of the artists that's on SAC right now
Okay.
knows that I love them individually
Okay.
as much as I love myself.
I feel that.
And I will help them be successful in any way or capacity that I can, including not. And I would love to be on all of our bills, but I might not be. My band might not fit every bill. And my band definitely is not the one to headline. I haven't headlined. The only one I headlined was the first one.
But
that we
you
did
come with
because I just
love.
shot it.
Okay.
But the thing is like it's about loving them, and that is going to perpetuate anything better.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to endorse right now officially because before I was just doing this because they were coming together. But what we're about is betterment, okay? And we are in partnership with Hellrzzr Nation, and some people don't understand, oh, Hellrzzr, they're all afraid of the hell word. No, it's not about that, okay? And we're all for love and we're all for betterment. And your core mission statement was love, and I was wondering when it was going to come out, and I'm glad that you answered that way because that's what we need right now. We need just love everywhere.
People don't feel loved.
They don't.
They especially the local artists here, and I've talked to several of
Yeah.
them. They feel like ticket-selling slaves.
They sure do. So that talks me to the donors. What are you going to do? Do they have to pay to play to come into? How do you when a client comes in, when a Sacramento SAC comes under your umbrella, do they have to sell all these tickets or they get nothing? Is the headliner the star and the opening band just going to be just trash? How do you guys work
It's a really
your
good
artists?
question. So I appreciate you asking.
Great
that.
question.
But I would say this: there's two parts to that. The first thing is that we do not have this sign-up process or something that you're stuck with us. There's no fees. We're not charging you to be a part of this. This is literally a family.
Okay.
You have to meet the first two requirements if you want to actually share a stage. You have to be nice,
Nice.
and you have to have a 45-minute original set.
Okay.
That's it.
Nice and original.
That's it. If you're original, so if you're nice and you have 45 minutes of original, but it's not quite there, we will help you with that.
Okay.
If you're nice, we want to love you
Okay.
into being successful. That's
right.
what a development deal is.
Okay.
So that's the most important part of what SAC does.
We like our bands like we like our women. Nice and original.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's get.
Original.
So I think did we cover the points of the fans, and we covered the mission statement, and we covered the donors.
Yeah.
Can we get to what's happening April 1st?
Yes, but the only
anything?
thing we skipped a little bit is that one thing that we do not want to ever do
Okay.
is make an artist feel like they're only a commodity to us, because that is not love.
No, because you want to launch them to the next
Yes.
level, right?
We value who they are as individuals, their music, and presentation of their craft above all else. We would rather have less people
Okay.
at our venues and make less money and throw a high quality kick-ass show
Okay.
than anything else.
So
that is what
so
changes
you're willing
lives.
to invest in them, right?
Absolutely.
We want artists, local artists. We want you to invest in yourself, but we also want. They're saying that they're going to invest in you as well. They're taking when you come
Absolutely.
into their family. They're going to take the long haul with
You're going to
right?
get love. So if you and so for example, when Samora played with the Lincoln Park, the what was that? All I Am or whatever that one was. When
Oh, was
Don't
that
ask
at
me. I can't
Goldfield
remember
show?
anything.
Yeah, the Goldfield show.
Okay.
So when they did that,
Thank you, Captain.
We as a SAC family
Mm-hmm.
sold 20 or 30 tickets for them just because we got behind them.
That's
and
nice.
That is that. And Steve from some more, I will tell you, he's never had anyone do that. We did it. We had a meeting, and I said, "Forget your phone.
We got you, Steve.
We got you." We sold a third of their tickets right there. I mean,
That's
they
nice.
sold more than that.
Of course,
obviously,
but
'cause Steve's a really hard worker.
You
so.
come behind them and back them.
And
No
we're
matter
like,
what.
yes, let's do this together. And why not? Together is better than separate.
Absolutely.
Well,
So-
anybody that's created anything original, it's so much of your soul in that, right? It's just rawly you, and to make it as an artist, you need to know business, you need to know technical stuff. I mean, you guys created this amazing podcast 11 years ago and 30 years ago, respectively, right? So you know how hard it is to put yourself out there.
We've been doing Reality Check here in just for 10 years. Reality Check. This is my little side project, the podcast. This is Never 18, but we have many episodes with Reality Check TV, 30 years strong, 10 years here. But my little podcast here, this was my passion project because COVID hit us and they closed all the venues down.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And so we decided to start investing in equipment for a podcast room because I wanted to bring the people here. And then we had so many delays because me and Corey are like, we'll just do a podcast in 4 months. And so we were kind of like slow to start, and now we're just kind of rolling every
I think
like
that's
2
so
weeks.
perfect. So in adversity, right?
Yeah.
During COVID, you guys
Yeah.
created this podcast.
Yes.
And it's not only you being an amazing personality and a host, right? But you've got to get the technology behind it. You've got to get the money behind it. You've got to get the business sense behind it.
Yeah.
There's so much that goes on. And that's what face our artists, right? If you're doing original art out there,
Yeah.
it is tough to do. You have to create yourself not only as a brand, but as a business.
Yes.
And so that's what SAC is. We can come behind and support you with all these tools to wear as many hats as you need to be successful. Because again, we want to support original art.
And
in
you want to
Sacramento.
help it. You want to help them also remind them that they have to invest in themselves. You're going to invest in them,
Right.
but they also have to invest in themselves. And I think that some of the young people don't understand in this world of, they think it doesn't always happen easy, right? You have to like maybe clip some coupons in your life in another way to invest back into your band. Okay, you got your equipment and your good guitar, but sometimes you have to, go to other people's shows, right? And go out into the community. Do you
It's
encourage
called being selfless.
right? And also
I'm
loving
sorry, what was that word again? that hurt to hear.
Self-
It was like a stab
selfless.
through the ears.
but just showing up. Like you don't just show up for the beginning band and the end band, because sometimes what'll happen is that
it's such a common thing.
the headliner, everyone's gone. Okay, even though they came for the headliner, but sometimes the band comes for the first band. Maybe the first band or the second band, the third band, and then next thing the headliner's like, it's the national act, and everyone's like, I'm tired. No, you got to stay all the way through. You got to make a commitment.
No, and that's what's great about SAC. You want to stay all the way through because the way we're doing it, the way we're putting the shows together, we have a comedian coming in, MC host. Like we're gonna get into all that, but we're actually putting a show together that has a flow.
Yeah.
Because it's not about ticket sales.
No.
Because right now the shows go. Whoever sells the most tickets is how the lineup goes.
Right.
And you end up with a really awesome band opening, and you have like the worst band right before the headliner.
Not
Right.
only that, but I noticed this a lot that these local bands will, sell a bunch of tickets, and then this headliner comes from who knows where, and they get all the money.
Well, there's that too, but we're not talking about all that. I'm talking about throwing really good, solid, only local shows that
Yeah.
people actually want to come out for. That is SAC.
That's AC in original, and we're supporting that. So let's get into what's happening here in April. Can we do that?
April
Okay.
1st, our third.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm, baby.
I'm going to just list some dates, and then we're going to go right back to April. Okay, so April 1st, they're going to be having a show at the Boardwalk, and I'm going to get back to that in a minute. June 10th, they're going to be having a show. And where's the show in June 10th?
Crawdads on the River.
Crawdads on the River.
And it's inside. I don't know why people keep talking about this outside thing, but it's inside. It's in the little one. It
Amazing
only holds.
venue.
I don't know. People think it's on the
killer
river.
venue.
We're like literal.
No, it's on the river, but
It
it's
is
not
on the river.
outside. I don't know. People keep
They
saying
might be
outside,
thinking
but-
Swabbies.
They might think they're thinking
no,
Swabbies
this
is
Crawdads.
outside. side. Okay, this is Crawdads on
It's
the
gonna
river.
pack out of
It
2 and it's
has
gonna-
a
it's gonna
building,
sell
you
out.
guys. There's a 4 walls, and you'll be warm.
It's
so
gonna
don't
sell
worry,
out.
you're not gonna be raining.
But it's also
on.
June 10th. but
Okay,
yeah.
June 10th, September 23rd. Where's that one?
So that one will be at Crawdads again. So we have
Okay.
2. So we wanted to
Nice.
bookend. We wanted to bookend the summer.
It's gonna be 2 different seasons. It won't be
Early
as hot.
summer, late fall.
Yeah.
Because we're working. So we're also working with Jermaine from Mason Entertainment. Who's
Okay.
the biggest booking agent in Northern California.
Okay.
Who's ready to give
Shout
us
outs
more.
to Jermaine.
Yo, Jermaine. And Mason Entertainment, obviously. But the thing is that she could give us, if I had, and this is a shout out to more artists. I need
Okay.
more artists that are nice and can do 45 minutes of original, because I have more venues right now.
He has so much going on, and we're going to give you guys all the digits
fill
on
more
how to
dates.
fill it up. Also, but in between this, we're going to have concerts in the park. We don't know; it's going to be to determine, because concerts in the park goes from, I believe, May to August, right?
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a chill
Somewhere in
zone.
there.
We might do more than one chill. We might do 2.
Okay.
I don't know maybe even 3. We'll see
concerts
how
in
it
the park
goes.
are on Fridays, just so you know. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So when everyone, all the local people know, you plan your day around the concerts in the park. If you work downtown, you get off early that day. If you work outside, you get off early because the parking is crazy. But we all know that, right? We all go down there. We love concerts in the park. It's a fun tradition here in Sacramento. So I'm glad you guys are going to
we're
be part of
definitely gonna
that.
be part
They're
of it,
going to be in a
and we're
good
gonna-
location, and they're going to have a chill zone.
At least 1 or 2 chill zones with after parties, and the after parties will host SAC artists.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Okay, so let's get back to the main event, April 1st at the Boardwalk.
Gonna be amazing.
Okay, so we have, we're just going to go, let's just start with the headliner. You're going to have Samora. Hello, Samora.
Steve
We love
Samora.
you. We've been asked to film Samora this last time that you talked about, but we had another engagement, so we had to decline. So we're so happy that we're able to interview and film Samora this season. So,
Yeah, have you seen them live?
I have seen. Well, no, not in person. Just on the video. I have not seen
You
them
have
live.
not heard
No.
them play. So these guys,
Just from someone's cell phone video or whatever cheesy video
Oh.
they put up there.
oh,
And it was
man.
still good, right?
It was so good. Yeah.
So the funny thing is I met Steve. Steve hit me up because we were putting stuff out. So he was one of the first. We have like 8 or 9 artists now. He was like number 5 or 6, 7, so right in there that like hit me up, and I was like, yes, we need to talk. We met.
Yeah.
But I met Steve before I actually heard them play at the Lincoln Park show. So I was
Okay.
like, and I fell in love with the guy.
Oh, yeah,
he's
he's-
just a good dude. He's really good, solid, hardworking guy, and I'm like. I fell in love with him so much that I was worried. So my wife and I were both like, "Oh no, what if he sucks?"
Right.
So we went to the. No, seriously, this
You
is
love
the
him
problem.
anyways. You love him through.
I
You're
know
like,
we would, but it'd be like, "Oh no."
let me develop you.
But
We'll
then
put
it's
like
gonna
a.
be like it's gonna be really awkward, like moving. So we went to that show though. I was like, "Oh
You were blown away.
yes!"
It's like a spiritual experience
They were
when you fall in love.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I got to tell you, for this show, he is pulling out all the stops.
Nice.
They are rehearsing. They are rehearsing this entire week because they're bringing out this like laser light show that's going to be timed.
Plus,
to
the
their whole
boardwalk
thing.
is revamped. Everything. I mean, have you been to the boardwalk since they? I mean, did you check it out before?
I've
Have you
been
seen-
there twice now.
Okay, so with the
I
new
checked
version
out,
of the
I checked
boardwalk.
out Red Voodoo because I'm vetting them for
Future stuff.
future
Yeah.
stuff, and then also I've been there because I met with the owner and. some
Nice.
of the
I mean, I
other
love
stuff,
the
so, yeah.
I love the way they've revamped everything with the TV screens, and they got the tables, and they got a new food menu, and of course the bartenders are always great. So we got Samora, and we're gonna have all the information. In fact, when we end this podcast, we're gonna have your little video clip highlighting all the different bands. So we have the next one. We have you, Giant Red Rabbit. So we got MJ here. He comes about. He started this
Giant
with
Red Rabbit.
right. You know.
So my wife, she's a physician in the area, and when we first met before we were married, we went. Part of our dating routine was going around all around the country, deciding where she's going to move. Part of this was if I was ever going to follow her to the places she wanted to move. Some of them, I don't know if I want to live here, but
Right.
one of them was coming to Sacramento.
Okay.
Because UC Davis, it's a whole story.
Yeah.
But anyway, first thing we get here, wait, one more little detail. She always wanted a rabbit growing up.
Oh.
She only got a fish. her parents were very like regimented about things, and she was, but they did give her a good college degree, obviously, and like helped her with some of that. She did the rest herself, but she never had a bunny growing up, and always
poor little girl
she
wanted her bunny.
Always wanted a rabbit. Always wanted a rabbit. So anyway, we get to Sacramento. We're going down the escalator.
Airport.
At the airport.
Oh, the
sorry.
rabbit. Yeah.
In the airport. Sorry, we get up. We flew up here because they flew us up here to like interview or whatever. So we're in the airport, and we're going down the escalator, and there's a 3-story giant red rabbit, and we cannot figure out why the.
And she came right then. I'm just kidding.
Well, the power trio,
Oops.
So yeah. So anyway.
He had to be Shell. She got her red rabbit.
this-
I'm sorry.
just
I've met her
give
before.
me this.
I met her. Okay, she will.
Just for
I
3
told
seconds,
her.
okay.
She knew that I was going to be bad.
Leave the sexual jokes to me.
Just a hair.
Just a hair.
Just there. I love it, Alan.
Good one, Alan.
That's good.
Okay, so she saw the red rabbit. And
So
that
anyway,
was
she
it.
saw the red rabbit. We were like, all right, whatever. So then we were trying to find band names. We're trying. So
Yeah.
in it, when you try, so we wanted to be, as a band.
Yeah.
Quickly, we wanted to be known from We want to be known out of Sacramento. So when we tour nationally, which I hope we do, we want to be known as a Sacramento band. And
Okay.
we want to help develop the scene, because that's what you do. You create a bonfire that the entire country looks at.
I wonder what the history is with that rabbit there. I'll have to dig more into that.
Anyway, on the
honestly.
bonfire thing, though,
Yeah.
Seattle created a bonfire. Everyone looked at that, the grunge scene. LA created the 80s glam scene. You create a bonfire, everyone's going to look at it. That's what I want to tour out of. That's what I want SAC to do, is create a bonfire the entire country looks at. So I was trying to find a name for my band that would fit Sacramento, and all the gold names were taken.
That's true. That's true.
They were. So Gold Rush is an Australian band. I'm like, it's not even Californian. Because otherwise, what else do you have? But you have the rabbit.
We do. I didn't know we were
Have
known
the
for the rabbit
rabbit.
until then. Okay.
The rabbit. The
The
rabbit's
rascally
famous.
rabbit.
The rabbit's
red-
going to be really famous now.
It's
I
going to
hope.
be famous. We're going to make it famous.
Yep.
We are.
So-
All right.
so anyway, that's that.
Giant Red Rabbit. Okay, so Westline Drive, alternative rock band.
So
I
Westline
wrote a
Drive.
note.
So the do you know the Sharp Family Singers? They've been playing around this area. Amazing. I met their parent. We went to a winery. I met Samantha. She's the lead singer for Westline Drive.
I love female singers, so I'm really glad that.
She's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal vocalist. Every time we go out, we saw her 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, look, I'm trying to do this thing. You got to be a part of it.
I'm so excited for her.
For our second showcase, they headlined, because their band is from the Bay Area, but she's from Sacramento.
Okay, so here's the deal. We want you in Sacramento, but but that's her draw, right? She has
got a killer draw here because they never play, so it's great. So they pulled like 70, 80 people at the Old Ironsides, which is fantastic. On top of what everyone else drew, it was fantastic. So Samantha's amazing. The whole band, they're such good guys. All of them, they're fantastic. What? Are we out?
So, no, we're looking for a bottle opener. It's right
it's a
there. It's in
crisis.
front of
It's
you,
a
Alan.
small crisis.
Alan, look to your left.
The scissors?
There
Oh,
you go.
there it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was going to get really, with the
Okay, so Westline, listen, guys. Okay,
Priorities.
this was supposed to be a 10-minute podcast. We're 45 minutes into it.
Are we really?
45 minutes into the original artist. That's how we're doing this podcast. Okay.
We're gonna cut this up.
MJ thinks it's going to be like a 10-minute podcast. No, there's no cutting anything. We're going all the way, baby. Okay, so.
All is entertaining.
It is entertaining, except for my one sex joke. It got all uncomfortable. I guess these guys, I don't know. Alan was totally right there. MJ wasn't sure. He's like, shall.
Speaking of all the
like,
way, I think this
married.
is the show.
Speaking of all the way. Dude, I love
What
this
about
guy.
Zach Phoenix?
So Zach Phoenix.
Okay.
So this guy.
And we
so I
didn't even
gotta
talk
say-
about your comedian. We're going to highlight him
Oh,
in
no,
a
no, no,
in
no.
a
No,
the
moment,
comedian's
okay?
great.
We didn't forget
The
about
comedian's
you,
awesome.
okay?
No,
But what
Wes-
about Zach?
So Zach can.
ZXCH.
I don't know what he's doing there. He's like 19 and 20 years old.
I think it's
It's
cool.
artsy.
He's
Yeah.
great though. But what I love about Zach is he reminds me of me.
Does he?
Because he's
Oh my God. MJ's
when
like,
I was 19. So but
were you
what I
a
love
rapper? Because isn't he a rapper?
yeah.
It's
Can you work with me on this for 1
Okay,
second? So
all
what I'm
right.
trying to say is is his energy, his delivery, like how he is, and you're gonna meet him. But he is like he's exuberant and just wants to do anything, everything. He's all about it all the time.
Okay.
I love his exuberance.
Listen, I like the hip hop, okay? And I'm a metalhead, and my second is hip hop. So I'm going to be judging those two hardcore, okay?
You should judge, and
everything
you should
in
give him
between,
notes.
you got to make me fall in love. But I mean, either you possess me with the metal, or you got the straight up hip hop, because my son is a hip hop artist, okay? And you know, I was raised with this little boy that wrote all the original lyrics, and he spits it out like Eminem, Marshall. I was the mom that took them to 8 Mile when they was not appropriate for my 8-year-old, my 12-year-old.
Only one scene.
Wait, you were appropriate ever?
I was.
She only showed him one scene?
Not when I married her.
No, okay. I don't know what he's saying. But so I'm excited for your rapper.
So Zach, what I love about Zach is that he is definitely, we're giving him like a full slot here because he's stepping up. He's developed. Like he's working on it. And that's what I'm talking about.
What do you mean a full slot? Everyone else is not. I thought it was 45 minutes.
No, he's the opening slot.
Oh, so opening gets 20?
He's worked up. He's worked up to be able to do that. Which
nice.
is good.
Because it's harder for the rapper to have a longer,
No, it's not just that. I'm talking like I had him do some other things, and he wasn't quite ready yet.
Got it.
Now he's worked on it, and he's improved a lot, and I think he's fantastic. So yeah.
Well, I
I'm
think
excited to have him.
It speaks to how SAC works with artists, right? And it speaks for the audience too, that we're only going to put the artists in front of you that are amazing, that are ready, that are going to be worth your ticket
He's ready
price.
for 20 minutes.
And he's
ready for 25 minutes.
I'm
Like
super excited.
You're going to find out April 1st at the Boardwalk.
Yeah.
So what's up with this comedian, guys? He going to make me laugh?
Well,
can I heckle him? I won't on his first show.
He'd be the first one to say you can't make a
show.
You can't always
no,
make
it's
a
his
dog
first
bark.
show in front of me.
That's true. That's true. He doesn't know you yet.
No,
we'll get there.
Okay, I got his name.
Shannon Battle. So what I love about Shannon is he's just genuine. So he's gonna open up with like a 10-minute set.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna keep it going the whole time. I
did write him down. I wrote him down. First
Fully
host
trust this
MC Shannon Battle.
So he's been actually packing out different comedy venues in the area.
I'm going to interview him. I'm excited about interviewing
you're
him.
gonna interview him on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell us about what's going to happen on Saturday. You're going to have are you going to have some kind of teaching thing ahead of time, or what's happening with that? Is that something that's to the public, or just?
It's mostly just for
VIP?
New artists. Like
Okay.
I have new artists that are going to come in. So what we usually try to do at every concert, I'm trying to create like a platform to how we do it. But before, so we load in, and then during the chill time where we have to eat and kind of chill, we catch up. Like I have to talk about how we're going nonprofit, how we're looking at concerts in the park, how we're doing. These are the artists, the new artists coming in. New artists will be there at the meeting. So we're doing a little meeting.
It's a family meeting.
Family meeting.
Okay, so you're with your nude artists, but what if there's somebody that happens?
No, all artists.
All
new
artists.
And old.
Okay, so if
They'll
there's
all be
somebody
there.
that happens to watch this, usually we have a little bit more time to produce it. It's Wednesday, guys. This will be up Thursday, okay? So that means Friday, Saturday. If there's somebody that gets excited with the 2 people that follow my podcast and they say, oh my God.
2? We drove all the way here for.
Wait, what?
Listen, you said quality, not quantity, right?
Should at least have at least a power trio that we're listening to.
Okay, there'll be 3. There'll be 3.
I'm listening.
right there. So,
Here's the power.
But if there was somebody that said, "Hey, I want to be part of this new artist," could they write you and can come to that early meeting and just potentially?
Like with a piece of paper, like write me, like what are you talking about?
Well, if they email you, because we're going to give you the information,
I was messing with you,
if they do that and they want to be part of your
absolutely
thing,
Yeah, you
because
can
they
find
want to
us.
see what you're about, right?
So I know we have.
It's not just for your predetermined family
No,
members.
we
it's
want
for
them
your
to come in to see how it feels.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think they should come April 1st to the Boardwalk.
At
They
6.
should check it out. They should
So
see what's going on.
If they want to come to the meeting, have them come at 6.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Is there might be somebody that wants to do it that maybe that's a little bit shy and that just kind of wants to check it out.
We have at least 2 new ones coming already that I know of.
Really?
That are coming to the 6 o'clock meeting. Yeah.
Okay.
With the rest of us. So.
Okay.
And I want to speak to. I love live music. I mean, that's why I'm a part of this. Live music is amazing, right? Original live music is even more amazing because you're always comparing the cover to the original, right? And where am I going with this? So we're.
Well, it's that
my mind is racing.
Well, you just love it.
Wine.
It's the wine, it's the beer.
She grabs the
Yep.
glass.
So I wanted to say that this show is more produced, right?
Yeah.
So when you go to see original live music or even cover bands, you wait for one band to get off the stage.
Yeah.
They're taking their equipment off the stage.
Yes.
They're emptying. Then you wait for the new band to set up. They're
Yeah.
doing a sound check. You're having a beer, waiting for this to happen,
Sure.
right? We have a comedian entertaining you the whole time when this has happened.
So our comedians in between every set.
Our comedians between every
Nice.
set. So this is a show. This is entertainment.
No
this
pressure,
is
Shannon.
worth. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good.
This is
because-
absolutely worth attending and seeing original artist, whether it's the band you're listening to or the filler between.
Are you backlining any of the equipment, or is everyone bringing their own stuff? Is backlining any of the drums or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Just
One
to make
word.
it quicker.
Yeah.
Just quick and make it quicker. Okay, cool. Because that makes it good. So I'm getting my producer. I'm not supposed to say two, but like we're like wrapping it up.
Yeah.
So
Well, that was the
Wrap
peace
it.
sign.
so just to recap everything. This is, let's see if I can say it right this time. Okay. This is Sacramento Artists
Collation.
No. I think this is the best part of that.
The silence was amazing.
Coalition. Okay, let's start
Coalition.
again. This is Sacramento Artists Coalition.
Coalition.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a collation where you're like this filing.
Good job,
okay?
babe.
I liked your
Collating.
you know,
I don't think
collating.
coalition is actually a word, but
It's
if
not.
I can make it
but,
one.
But just so you know, Alan and MJ, I am famous, and if you go back to any of my interviews, I can never remember the band name, and it's really bad because I'll have this like intimate moment with you, and at the end, I'll say, "Hey, this is Shell with Reality Check TV NorCal, and we were listening to," and I'll just like F up their band name, and they
It's
get
like
so
that airplane commercial, You Want to Get Away.
yeah, it's just really bad. And so Kevin,
Giant red ferrule.
right? I can't tell you
The
how many
giant
times.
red hair.
How many times I've messed up your band name, you know?
Giant red hair. It's even better.
Even if you had red rabbit ears, I'd still be like, "What? You're
That's
tall.
funny.
You're super tall." So it's like,
And with reality, there's no teleprompter. So
and just so you know, just to kind of ad lib, this guy's wife is not only beautiful, but she's like super tall. She's like a drink of cold water, you know, like hot water, cold water. She just smooth, you know. And I just thought it was really cool, you know. So we just want you to know.
She's the original Sacramento Queen.
Well,
It's one of our songs. But yeah.
oh, really? Okay. I've listened to your music. So she's the original Sacramento Queen. Okay, there's
But
probably a
we're
story
all,
around
we're
that.
all Sacramento Queens, though.
You know.
I can't.
Alan,
I don't want
do
to
you-
get
I
in
can't tell
Alan-
you how many times I've been called a Sacramento Queen.
Alan, I know you have 4 children. Do you have a woman attached to those
I do.
children?
I do.
didn't know if
I
you
have
were
an
adopted or
amazing
not.
wife, Sarah.
She has
Yeah,
like
she's
she has like
incredible.
16 different women. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and she's a singer herself. She's quite the musician.
Really?
She's yeah. So
Does she have original
quick
music?
story,
Is she?
I know that we're short on time, but
It's okay.
I was driving from Southern California to Northern
Okay.
California, and I call Northern California Wairika, California, which
Okay.
is 30 miles from the Oregon border.
It's basically Oregon.
It's basically Oregon, yeah. That's where I went to high school. And I was friends with her, and I said, hey, do you want to ride with me? We could take the carpool lane. And I put on Phantom of the Opera, and she sung along with Phantom of the Opera, and she was better than the person on the track.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That was a lot of pressure.
and
Phantom of the Opera.
she hit the high note, and after that, I was madly in love.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And this is the high school years?
This was college years.
College.
Yeah, I met her in high school. She was kind of a nerd, wouldn't have
Yeah.
anything to do with her. But we both moved to Southern California and fell in love. So,
Nice. And 4 kids later. Here
4
we
kids
are.
later. Yeah, and music's a big part of our lives. I think it's a big part of everyone's life, right? You think back to any time you have a soundtrack, right? You have music that you remember. And you don't want to regurgitate the same music. I mean, just to kind of go back, you want original music. You want somebody that stands for your generation. And SAC is going to produce those artists.
You know what? We can't end any better than that. This is Shell with Distorted Reality Podcast. We have MJ here. We have Alan here. We are with SAC. And come find us on April 1st at the Boardwalk.
Please. It's going to be good. And thank you guys for
Hey,
having us.
thank you. I
Absolutely.
mean, you know, cheers, right?
Love
Cheers.
Love the love
Yeah.
in the room.
Oh, we got the wine.
Love the love.
All right.
Yep.
Hello, Sacramento. My name is Shannon Battle. I am more than excited to be your MC and host for the Sacramento Artist Coalition Artist Showcase. You have headliners some more. You have the giant red rap.
Say it right, so I'll sing it just like this. She turns me upside inside out when she slides in for a kiss.
You have Westline Drive. can't forget Zach Phoenix.
Everything's alright. Then you turn the corner and you walking down my life. 1 second, everything's okay. Then you pack it back.
Doors open at 7 p.m. I look forward to seeing you there. Let's party, baby. See you on Saturday.